Hello and what is going on, lovely people of the internet? It is Hootmoney here with another video for you guys today. Today we're going to be talking about Progenity stock, or PROG. Oh wait, you thought this was going to be a normal video? You are wrong. Boom! Indoor sunglasses engaged. Boom! Hoodie engaged. Hello and what is going on, lovely people of the internet? It is Hootmoney here with another video for you guys today. Woo! Let's go, baby. Progenity up 40% on the day, another 10% in after hours. We had the most insane amount of volume, 348 million in volume as of today. Today was an absolutely wild day, and I had so much fun. We live streamed the absolute entire day today. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. We all had an amazing time. We're going to be doing the same thing tomorrow, so be there or be square. 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going live, and we're doing this thing all day long. All right, it's Prog week, so we can't skip out, we can't miss out, we gotta be there. So Hootmoney live streaming every single hour, minute, second the market is open, and more as of tomorrow. Drop a like on the video right now, subscribe for more content, and let's get Prog to go to the freaking moon, baby. All right, so as you guys can see, we're moving here in after hours. This is what we were looking at all day today. Let's get rid of these Bollinger Bands right here. Get rid of the VWAP as well. Put on some moving averages. Why not? Why not? So obviously we got that spike up in after hours pre-market yesterday, and we got that spike up at market open again as of today, hitting about $5 per share right at 10:30 a.m. about, and then we dropped down a bit. We formed this massive, what looked to be a cup and handle pattern. That's what we were calling it on stream. A little bull flag right here, a nice little breakout. This is where it got really weird. There's lots of weird volume that came in right before close during power hour. We spiked up, hit 513, then it was just some weird stuff going on. Level 2 data, we were checking, there was some weird call option selling right here as well, and just a lot of volatility coming into close. But obviously we've taken that volatility and we stuck our fist in it, because we punched that all the way up to $5.43 as a high in after hours. So it's going wild, it's going crazy. You can see as I'm talking, there's a bit of a volume spike here, and it's just a wild day. If we look at the options chain right here, you can see we sent what? I forget what were we even at yesterday at close? What were we even at? I don't even remember. We were at $3.47. What? So we sent the 3.5, that's another 3 million shares. The 4, that's another 3.5 million shares. The 4.5, that's another 2.4 million shares. So that's what, like 10 million more shares that will need to be delivered if Prog expires at $4.84 on Friday. That's insane. And we already went over the liquidity crisis as of yesterday. We already know what's going on in this stock. We already talked about how if supply goes down, demand remains constant, then the price goes up. But we also have demand coming up in Progenity. You see this massive amount of volume that we have today. We'll see if tomorrow can match this. It's going to be insane. I'm pretty sure this was the highest traded stock on the entire market today. And I just want to take a moment, because it's absolutely amazing seeing things come into play, right? Because obviously I've been covering this thing for a while. I'm pretty sure I've been in it since like back here, middle of October is when I first started covering this thing. And a lot of people thought this was the peak right here. We were trending downwards. We broke some of the trends over here. So it's just awesome knowing that. But despite what we saw here at earnings, the dip down to 271, despite what we saw right here where we got a few breaks in the trend just from a technical level, seeing this thing rocket up here this week, seeing this Wyckoff accumulation pattern just get absolutely shattered. I mean, just look at what we're seeing right here. This thing went up crazy. It didn't even want to consolidate for phase D whatsoever. We'll see if we'll get that consolidation tomorrow. But it's just awesome just seeing this all come into play, seeing you guys make money on the live stream, everyone's just saying, oh, I made this much money, I made this much money, I'm up all this money. It makes me so happy, guys, because obviously we want to make a boatload of degenerate profits. We want to get so rich. We want to make the most irresponsible amount of money. I mean, yeah, we were up 40% today. These call options were up like 650% this 4.5. So it's just wild. Absolutely degenerate. I absolutely love this so much. Thank you guys once again. If you guys wanted to check out this charting software, this is WeBull Desktop. You can check it out using the links in the description. They have a new promotion where you get up to $4,600 in free stock as long as you deposit 1 penny on their platform. So definitely check that out if you guys have not already. It's an amazing platform. It's my favorite one for charting. And yeah, that's that. So PROG is moving here in after hours. There is usually a lot of covering that goes on in after hours, and I've always said if you want to buy a stock like Progenity, it's better to do it in after hours because you just see the volume. As soon as we go into after hours trading, the volume goes down significantly, right? So with the volume coming down, obviously that means even less of a supply is floating around in the public market, even less liquidity. So buy orders have a higher effect on the price, which is likely why we were able to come up so much here in the after hours. So with that being said, if you want to buy order, do it in the after hours, do it in the pre-market. It's not financial advice to buy the stock, but if you wanted to do it, that's the best time to do it. If you want to sell this stock, but you still believe in the squeeze, the best time to do it, again, right at market open, because that's when the most volume's coming in. That's the chance that you have the least opportunity to actually mess up the price of Progenity if you wanted to sell at low or at high volume. So if you wanted to take profits, I'm not saying to take profits, I'm just saying if you want to do it, you should do it at market open with high volume. If you want to buy in, you want to do it at market in after hours. Okay, makes sense. Got it. Good. Let's get on with the video. We're still threshold security. Actually, let's just take more looks at this option chain. So we have to do a little bit of an analysis here because obviously we have a hedge fund, Ethereum Capital Management, behind this play with 51% ownership in the company. That means they could possibly be selling all of these call options. Now, if you're in their position, right, their whole strategy is drive this thing lower, sell this to a Pfizer, sell this to an AbbVie, and get a buyout for this company. So they're not necessarily trying to be selling these call options. Now, they could be selling these call options. They could be trying to make it look, increase this implied volatility, you know, sell it, get some extra premium, and then pull the rug by the end of this week and let this thing come down before Friday and let these things expire worthless. They could, in fact, be doing that. But in my opinion, I think that's a bit too risky, right? Because, and this is all speculation, I have to say this. If they're selling these call options, why would they want to potentially forfeit some of their shares? Unless they have some lower strike call options, unless they have built up more interest in this stock. If they have more than 51%, if they have 60, they can potentially let go of some shares. But I don't know if they're necessarily the ones that are selling these call options, right? That is basically the question that I'm asking. And I think it's even more likely that they're actually buying some of these call options, right? Because a cheap way to hedge your bet if you are short on the stock, we know Ethereum has been shorting this stock this entire time. They possibly are a bit over leveraged. A great way to hedge your short position is by buying these call options, right? Because then you have limited downside risk. It's a hedge. A hedge basically prevents you from getting that unlimited downside risk. If you're short on a stock, this stock could go to $100 a share. Now you owe like $98 once you get squeezed out, right? But if you have a call option on this, you're basically preventing getting completely squeezed. You're capping your losses because you'll make a bunch of money on that call option if the stock goes up. And it's a cheaper way than actually buying shares of the stock. So I hope that makes sense. So if Ethereum is potentially short on this stock, they could be the ones with heavy open interest in these out of the money call options. So they could potentially be trying to have a nice gamma squeeze because they are fully hedged from this. So I think it's actually pretty likely that a lot of short sellers are the ones who are buying these call options as a hedge. So in my opinion, it wouldn't be terrible for Ethereum to let this thing actually squeeze because they are appropriately hedged. And obviously we're at a position where it's there's probably at least some short covering on the stock currently. Maybe not the majority of it. It's hard to say because we don't have the data T+2. So what I'm personally speculating right now is that Ethereum probably owns more than 51% of the company. They likely were accumulating during that accumulation zone, correct? And they're also hedged, so their short positions are probably completely hedged. So if this thing does run parabolically, they won't lose money, correct? Because they're hedged with call options, right? And they've probably bought some more of the stock. So they're likely controlling this, right? And if this does actually go up like crazy, they can likely decide when this thing tops out. They can probably decide when they pull the rug. When that will be, I don't know. But people are thinking it might be after this Friday. Now, do I think it's going to be next week? That's a very hard question, honestly, because obviously all of these shares are being locked up in these in the money call options right now. When these shares are delivered, it's kind of fair game. After Friday and as of Monday next week, these call options, all the shares will be delivered. What expires in the money, what's going to be out of the money, well, it's not going to be delivered for T+2, but you know what I mean. There's going to be an excess of supply on the market. Now, perhaps since we're still waiting for T+2, it'll likely take 2 days from Friday for these shares to settle. Potentially, PROG actually does peak out on Monday or Tuesday of next week, since the supply is not going to immediately hit the market. It's honestly very, very, very difficult to say what is exactly going on, because all of these different potential strategies from Ethereum, from short sellers, from retail are going through my head at the same time. And it's just like, what is everyone doing? I'm just one person in this, right? And Ethereum, their whole side of this is completely private for the most part. Obviously, we see some disclosures from them, but for the most part, their strategy here is pretty private. So I probably have a better idea of what retail's doing. We're just buying the stong, right? But what is going to happen, how this thing peaks out, is almost impossible. So what I was telling my stream today is the best strategy in this situation, and trust me, my price target is much higher than where we're sitting at right now, $5.26. So take what I say with a grain of salt. But in my opinion, if we keep rocketing up here and we keep seeing sky is the limit, if you have profit on the table, don't be afraid to scale out. People don't like this. You know, hodl until you die. Hodl until you die. If you're here for the squeeze alone to prevent short seller manipulation, then sure, hold this thing. Let this, just keep holding this stock, right? Not financial advice. But if you are trying to make money off of a squeeze like I am, then potentially start scaling out once we see some of these insane price action days. Again, I don't think today was the peak whatsoever. We're still moving right now in after hours. I got this thing going to a minimum of $10 per share. That's when I want to start scaling out of the play. Personally, you can have your own price targets. That is mine based off of the due diligence I have done so far. But since there is so much being hidden, it's not a sin to lock in profits, guys. I'm saying this right now. It could go so much higher than this right now, like $5 a share. I have it personally going much higher than what we're at right now. But I'm telling you guys, it's not a sin to lock in profits. People are going to tell you not to. I'm here to tell you to make money when you can. But if you do want to make money and you don't want to hurt the potential of the squeeze, I implore you to do it at 9:30 once market opens, because that's when the most volume will be in the stock. And that will not affect the squeeze as much as selling this thing during low volume periods like after hours. Trust me, I've been through multiple squeezes now. I've seen people bag hold these things. It's almost impossible to predict what the actual top is on these things, especially because of our limited data and T+2. So when you do see profit, you are allowed to take it. That's all I'm saying. I am personally holding my shares because I see a lot more upside. I see at least 100% upside from the current price levels. I'm just saying, it's not a sin. No one ever lost money by taking profits. And I'm saying this because I care about you and I love you, because people are not going to like that I'm saying this right now, all right? Anyways, we're still a threshold security right there on the list. We move up here on this short squeeze leaderboard. We're still threshold security as marked by T, but we move back up to 5. I think this is number 1. All right, HUDI can have its day another day. This is PROG week, baby. This is PROG week. So in my book, this is number one. All right, Ortex. We have the Ortex right here. We have the alpha trading signals. Ortex is going to release a new short squeeze signal for Progenity as of 9 a.m. tomorrow. I'm 100% confident in it. They don't have one right now. Their last signal has 8 days left on it, but I'm nearly 100% confident that they're going to release that signal as of tomorrow morning. Ortex short interest, here's the deal. We've seen this same chart each and every single day. The highlighted features from today were 3.2 million shares returned and 1.59 shares borrowed. So this would be shares that were returned as of 2 days ago. So as of Friday. Friday was a pretty small day. This is a little suspicious because, well, this was a big spike in return shares than what we're used to, and Friday was the last day before we saw a little bit of a parabolic rise. But also at the same time, we're not seeing short sellers taking these return shares and reshorting it. There's 1.59 million shares that were borrowed as of today. So short sellers are kind of in the position where they don't want to short the stock, right? Or else there would be 3 million shares borrowed and returned. We can see right here that usually it's going to be more shares put on loan than shares returned. Right here, there was an excess of about 1 million. Right here, there's an excess of about 200,000 that were put on loan that were not returned. Right here was an excess of about 800,000. So to see this right here at 3 million returned shares and them not being borrowed, that's a huge sign that short sellers are currently scared of this thing absolutely squeezing. Because if they weren't, there would be 3 million borrowed shares as of today, or even more, because that's what we've been seeing in the past. So this is also the most amount of return shares that we've seen in a while on Progenity, and it's just a coincidence that this happened T+2. So on 11/12, on a very low volume day, there was a lot of shares returned. So someone knows something, right? And it's probably Ethereum capital management, unless everyone drew this Wyckoff pattern, which I don't think is true, but I think someone knew to close their short positions right here. Someone knew this was going to take off this week. I mean, it's kind of written on the wall with these November 19th expirations, but still it's a little suspicious that we did see some short covering right here 2 days ago. Looking at the options flow is absolutely phenomenal. This is ridiculous. Look how bullish this is. I mean, just look, and this is the whale flow, 10,000 premium or more. Look at this volume, guys. This is insane. Just last week, we were not seeing this. Now, they could be, a lot of short sellers who sold call options could be buying these to close. So that could be what this is, and that would essentially be short covering whoever sold all of these call options. They're buying the contracts to essentially close them so they don't lose any more money. That is a very good deal. It also could obviously be whales coming in and buying more stock. But this is unusual, guys. We don't usually get this much volume in call options at all. You can see right here on the charts, it was 98% bullish. It was absolutely insane. They're still going for the 11/19 expirations as well as the 12/17 and 1/21/2022. So I do think something's going to happen this week. I think this week, I'm personally leading in the boat that it's going to happen this week, but some people think it's going to happen next week and in the future as well. Maybe my due diligence will change as I learn more, but personally, I'm in the boat with this happening this week. $3 strike price was by far the highest targeted strike, and if we go to the historical flow, just get ready for this, guys. Boom! Look at this. Call option volume was at an insane amount today, doubling our peaks from a few months ago. Today is when retail really FOMO'd into this stock. Today is what I've been telling you guys for weeks. There's going to be a day where we get a 20% up day, a 30% up day, and that's when the FOMO crowd comes back into the stock. And that's what we got today. We also got tons of whale volume as well. The call option volume is absolutely insane on Progenity, and it almost always correlates to a gamma squeeze. So we're seeing high call option volume. We're also seeing us moving up that gamma ramp. So when you get high call option volume, it's almost a foolproof way to know that a gamma squeeze could likely be occurring in the stock. And we also just got an insane amount of dark pool volume as of today. I mean, just look at this, peaking out all the way up here, the highest that we've seen before, all the way over here. This is just redonkulous right here. And we were seeing them play with the level 2 data all day today, especially towards close. So I think a lot of that had to do with just people buying on the dark pool, selling on the dark pool, doing whatever they can to get this thing, if we go back to the minute chart, to just teeter-tatter right here in close. I mean, it was insane, especially if you were watching the level 2 data with me on stream. It was really insane going into close. So I think a lot of that had to do with the dark pool. We also can come up here and see the biggest option trades from today. So a lot of selling of these call options. So they could either been cashing out or they're just, selling call options. Majority bullish, 60% bullish of the largest ones. And at the same time, none of these were just people buying puts. So the bearish trades were people taking profits, people selling their call options. There was also some selling of puts for the $7.50 strike price expiring 2023. This is extremely bullish. They think this thing's going over $7.50. So that's all I got for the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. As always, drop a like on the video if you guys did. Subscribe for more content and hit that post notification bell down below. That's all I got, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be there tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the live stream. Check out that link in the description to sign up for WeBull if you guys haven't already. This was an amazing day. Let's go, Progenity, to the moon. So that's all I got. See you guys next time. Have a wonderful day. Peace.